If the world were collapsing into nuclear chaos, where would real power hide? Not in bunkers. Not in boardrooms. And certainly not in the hands of the world's richest men. No true command would rise above it all, cloaked in silence, floating 40,000 feet in the air. These are not ordinary aircraft. They are flying fortresses, invisible war rooms disguised as jets, built to rule when everything else on Earth has fallen. With the push of a button, they can unleash global annihilation. Some carry fully equipped hospitals, others include prayer rooms guided by satellite coordinates. And a few conceal zero-gravity chambers and gold-trimmed elevators that glide silently through the clouds. You won't see them on the news. You won't spot them at the airport. But they're up there right now, gliding overhead in absolute secrecy. This isn't science fiction. It's the hidden truth of modern power. Today, we lift the curtain on 7 of the most elite, top secret, and extravagant aircraft ever built, machines that don't just survive doomsday, they control it. So buckle up for a journey into the skies like you've never seen before, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, because what you're about to witness has been hidden from the world, until now. From the gold-plated skies of Saudi royalty to the vanishing ghost jets of North Korea, some aircraft are designed not just to fly but to dominate, disappear, or destroy. But none send chills down the spine of Western intelligence quite like Vladimir Putin's airborne warship. Officially named the Echelon IL-96-300PU, and unofficially known as the Flying Kremlin, this $500 million aircraft isn't just a plane, it's a floating nuclear command center, engineered to operate when the world below is reduced to ash. While it may appear like a sleek commercial liner with its soft blue and white exterior, insiders know better. Beneath its skin lies one of the most advanced mobile fortresses ever built. When President Putin boards the IL-96-300PU, he's not just traveling, he's assuming total control of Russia's nuclear triad from 40,000 feet above the Earth. Inside the jet is a classified labyrinth of armored and soundproof compartments, each connected directly to the Russian National Defense Command Center. On his custom military-grade desk, every button has the power to activate strategic bombers, nuclear submarines, and intercontinental ballistic missiles. Forget plush leather seats, the interior features flameproof, EMP-resistant combat-grade furnishings, and the floors are lined with blast-absorbing material to ensure survival in mid-air warfare. This isn't luxury, it's lethality wrapped in aerospace engineering. But what truly sets the Flying Kremlin apart isn't just the arsenal, it's the aircraft's eerie self-sufficiency. Outfitted with auxiliary fuel systems, it can remain airborne for days without landing. Over 2,000 emergency rations are stored on board. A pressurized medical bay is sealed against biological attacks, complete with an operational surgery room ready to function even in total lockdown. Its communication systems, isolated from any civilian network, encrypted under military protocol, capable of jamming enemy radar and redirecting incoming missiles with electromagnetic pulses and laser defenses. When President Donald Trump was first briefed on its capabilities, aides reported a rare moment of silence, because while Air Force One may be iconic, Putin's IL-96 was built not for comfort, but for global catastrophe. A chilling reminder that true power doesn't just sit in palaces, it flies in silence, prepared for the end of the world. Just when you thought you'd seen the peak of airborne power, here comes the aircraft that refuels in midair, operates as a mobile Pentagon, and carries the power to run the entire United States from 30,000 feet, Air Force One. Often mistaken for a sleek Boeing 747, this jet is anything but ordinary. Behind its polished exterior lies more than 4,000 square feet of heavily secured space designed not just for travel, but for survival, leadership, and global control. It features a high-security situation room directly linked to the Pentagon, over 85 encrypted communication lines protected by NSA-level protocols, and a classified internal network that never touches the public internet. A full surgical medical bay stands ready for emergencies, alongside food storage capable of sustaining passengers for days. In case of global crisis, this plane doesn't just fly, it governs. What makes Air Force One more than a flying command center isn't just the tech, it's what it represents. The moment the president steps aboard, he becomes more than a man, he becomes the central nerve of the free world. This jet is equipped to lead in nuclear war, natural disasters, or cyber attack scenarios without ever needing to land. It can refuel midair, remain airborne indefinitely, and is constantly escorted by fighter jets. Its flight paths are always classified, its defenses always active. Yet for all its hardware, perhaps its greatest power lies in what it symbolizes, the unwavering continuity of American leadership, even in the face of catastrophe. While the world watches the White House, real authority may already be soaring above the clouds, unseen, untouchable, and ready for anything. If war ever breaks out, don't expect the first command to come from the ground. It won't be the White House issuing orders, it'll be a command center in the clouds, flying high aboard Air Force One. But if that aircraft symbolizes national power, the next jet represents something even rarer, the absolute peak of royal opulence. Prepare to meet the aircraft where gold isn't an accent, it's the foundation. This is the Flying Palace of King Salman, the most expensive royal aircraft in the Arab world, a jet that doesn't just defy gravity, it redefines it. King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, ruler of the world's largest oil empire, doesn't fly first class, he flies an entire kingdom. His personal aircraft, a fully customized Boeing 747-400, is valued at over $600 million and re-engineered to be both missile-proof and electronically shielded from tracking systems. But the real marvel lies inside. Step through its doors and you'll find yourself surrounded not by luxury but by legacy, where every surface gleams with 24K gold, and every inch radiates authority crafted in silence. Imagine this: door frames, handrails, even the ceiling trim plated in gold. Rug borders woven with precious threads, a crystal chandelier swaying gently at 30,000 feet. Each seat is a throne handcrafted to fit the exact posture of each royal family member. There's a bedroom fit for Versailles, a private cinema with surround sound, and a royal spa that includes a marble-clad steam room, massage parlor, and an ice lounge inspired by Ottoman architecture. But if King Salman's jet is a floating palace, the next aircraft was envisioned as an airborne universe. Enter Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, the Saudi billionaire known as the Warren Buffett of Arabia, with a net worth estimated at over $20 billion. His vision of flight was not just luxury, it was imagination turned into aerospace reality. His first private jet, a customized Boeing 747 worth over $500 million, featured gold-trimmed interiors, hand-stitched leather, a dining hall that hosted royal banquets, 2 master suites, and a grand piano suspended in the cabin for classical concerts in the clouds. But that was only the beginning. In 2007, Prince Al-Walid made history by becoming the first person ever to purchase an Airbus A380, the largest passenger jet in the world, with plans to convert it into the most extravagant private aircraft ever built. The leaked blueprints looked more like a dream sequence than reality: a display garage for 2 Rolls-Royces, a Turkish hammam with imported marble, a floating concert hall with a Steinway piano, a prayer room that rotated to Mecca, and even a zero-gravity chamber for muscle recovery. Every surface would be covered in silk, white gold, rare woods, and custom scents, all controlled by voice command. It was never just a plane. It was a flying planet of privilege. And then came 2008, as the global financial crisis shook markets and royal strategies shifted, Prince Al-Walid quietly put the project on hold. The Airbus A380, the greatest flying palace never built, was sold before it ever took flight. Today, it sits in Toulouse, France, collecting dust in a storage hangar. Yet even without flying a single mile, it lives on as a symbol, not just of wealth, but of ambition without limits. A vision so bold, even the sky seemed too small to contain it. If you thought the Arab world's sky palaces had no equal, think again. In a tiny Southeast Asian nation no larger than Indiana lies one of the most quietly powerful monarchs on earth, Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei. And his private jet? It's not just majestic, it literally shines like treasure in the sky. Nicknamed the Flying Palace, this custom Airbus A340-212 is plated not in metallic paint, but real gold, turning each takeoff into a sunrise of its own. The sunlight doesn't just reflect, it bows. Valued at an estimated $220 million before customizations, this aircraft glows with the understated confidence of a monarch worth over $30 billion, making him one of the richest royals alive. But it's not the jet's golden skin that silences onlookers, it's the world hidden inside. Step past the golden exterior and you enter a private realm of silk-embroidered walls, gemstone-inlaid fixtures, and solid gold bathroom faucets. The Sultan's suite features a king-sized bed wrapped in premium leather, a chandelier suspended from the cabin ceiling, and a European hardwood desk carved for royal business at 35,000 feet. The bathroom alone stuns with a diamond-encrusted shower, heated marble floors, and gold stretching from floor to ceiling. This isn't just opulence, it's Eastern monarchy in motion, where power whispers instead of roars, and where luxury becomes an instrument of timeless authority. After witnessing flying palaces plated in gold and aircraft fitted with zero-gravity bathtubs, one might wonder, is there a place where royalty flies with restraint, grace, and quiet command? The answer lies in Europe. Specifically, in the skies above the United Kingdom, where tradition speaks louder than display. Welcome to the royal jet of King Charles III, a $160 million aircraft that doesn't dazzle with diamonds, but impresses with dignity. This is the Airbus A330 MRTT, formerly known as the King's Flight, a military-grade aircraft built not for spectacle, but for sovereign function. In a world obsessed with excess, it's a flying embodiment of British understatement, where power is measured not in gold, but in centuries of history and quiet control. Step inside and you won't find crystal chandeliers or golden ceilings, but you will discover something far rarer: purpose-built elegance. The aircraft is divided into 3 zones: a private royal suite for the king and senior family members, a secure mid-air conference room for high-level cabinet meetings, and a rear cabin for staff, advisors, and the royal security team. King Charles III's personal quarters feel more like a flying residence than a jet, featuring a bedroom with soft ambient lighting, a work desk crafted from English oak, and a soundproofed relaxation area for moments of peace mid-flight. The dining room is seasonal and refined, with meals prepared by a personal chef. Even the seats are steeped in tradition, upholstered in premium Scottish wool, handwoven in the timeless style of the House of Windsor. In some parts of the world, silence is a luxury. But in North Korea, it's a survival strategy. While other world leaders flaunt power with gold-plated jets and mid-air palaces, Chairman Kim Jong-un takes a different path, one paved with secrecy, misdirection, and fear. No press releases. No official flight logs. No one, even his most trusted aides, knows which plane he's on. That's because he doesn't fly in one jet, he uses 3. All 3 are Soviet-era Ilyushin Il-62 aircraft, identical on the outside, and launched simultaneously, each taking a different route. Only when one of them lands does the truth emerge. This is not just security. It's psychological warfare in the sky. To outsiders, these jets may look outdated Cold War relics with faded paint and clunky design. But step inside, and the story changes instantly. Each aircraft has been rebuilt from the inside out into a mobile fortress cloaked in quiet luxury. Premium Russian leather seats, a polished walnut conference table, decor inlaid with silver and Pyongyang pearl, and even a private cigar lounge stocked with aged French cognac, Kim's known favorite. There's a full-size bed, soundproof curtains, and a personal prayer altar, a rare glimpse into a world unseen by nearly all. Diplomats who've entered describe it not as lavish, but as ritualistic, a place where power isn't displayed, it's absorbed. But make no mistake, this jet is more weapon than throne. Technologically, it's outfitted with encrypted radio systems, completely isolated from global networks. It is untraceable and unhackable, disappearing from radar within minutes of liftoff. Western intelligence agencies have a name for it: the ghost ship. Every time it appears, it vanishes just as quickly, without a trace, without a signal. There are no missile jamming systems or laser shields here. Instead, the defense lies in something far more dangerous: unpredictability. For Kim Jong-un, luxury isn't in chandeliers or spas, it's in knowing that the world is watching, but no one ever really sees him. But the journey doesn't end here. From golden flying palaces to invisible war rooms, we've traveled across borders and through locked airspace. We've seen jets that can outlive nuclear war, that sparkle with chandeliers and shift with the stars. Each one is more than metal and machinery, they're flying reflections of the worldviews behind them. In Saudi Arabia, power is opulent. In Britain, it's quiet. In Brunei, it glows. In Russia, it endures. In North Korea, it hides. Yet they all share something in common: they rise above us, silently carrying the future of nations, cloaked in clouds and classified codes. If this journey through the skies surprised, fascinated, or inspired you, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Because beyond the clouds, countless secrets of power still wait to be uncovered, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.